What is going on, y'all? It is your boy Georgian and Roddy Bo back at it with another reaction video. So this week we dropped a video over Kevin Samuels, and he was talking to a woman in her 30s that had 2 kids, and you all enjoyed our perspectives on it, the reaction video of how he was talking. So we're just gonna do another video for you all, just so you can see our perspective and just see what else Kevin Samuels is talking about.
Let me say something too, bro. I was getting a lot of heat on that last show, brother. Hey, listen, bro, we open to engagement, and I'm gonna keep giving y'all that.
So in the comments, please drop the comment, keep commenting, keep liking, keep sharing, so we can converse. And look, if you want to get on a live with us to talk about these issues, tap in with us, tap in with our Instagram, DM us, and let us know we can make it happen.
For sure.
All right, let's get to the video.
In the fact that you have a child, which significantly impacts your overall sexual marketplace value. A 12-year-old boy.
13.
13. That lowers your value as well. And then debate, and then it starts from there. Why you and his father didn't marry? Why y'all aren't together? All kind of things, man. And you say men put you through a lot. No, that's not. You can't expect us as men out here in the public to pay for your bad decisions and bad choices in men. You have a son.
He does have a point there, bro. So like example like that. Have you ever had a female that's be like that? You'll talk to her, right? And then she will say, or she'll act a certain way, you feel me? And then you'll be like, well, why are you acting this way? And she'll be like, because I've been treated blah blah blah. Or she'll assume something, or she'll assume
I see what
something.
you're saying. She's just carrying whatever happened in the past
You feel me?
in the new relationship. You feel me?
Like I don't like that.
It's not
just
good.
drop it. Just drop it, because you bring that energy
That toxic
into
energy.
you bring that energy into the next relationship, into the next person you're talking to.
The
And then later on, that person realizes that, and then they don't want to be with you no more. And then you're saying, why does keep on happening to me? But you keep on talking about it, and you manifest it, and then it happens, you surprised.
You preaching, bro.
See what I'm saying?
I ain't even get the scripture right there. The word is right there. You giving them holy scripture.
The word is right here.
I ain't got nothing else to say.
The word is right here.
And it's coming forth.
Now
Josh knows down.
Now we're gonna keep it real. We're gonna drop dimes and knowledge, you feel me?
It's your job to pick them up. It's free.
And that's the first scripture of the day. We're gonna have that right here.
It's free.
Free.
You have a son. Would you want him to deal with a woman who expected your son to pay for all the bad choices men she chose?
No.
Well, we're somebody's son.
Oh, he'd be funny, bro.
But why do you feel like he'll be paying for the bad choices?
Because you
Why
said
do you
men
say
put
that?
you through a lot. The men out here in the world, you don't know them.
But when I say that, it's because I'm going off my experience, so I know what
Exactly. Your experience. Your experience. That's a man you dealt with. I'm talking about the men in front of you. You have no experience with them. So you want to be picky with these men because the men you've experienced put you through a lot. That's your problem.
He's so blunt.
But they usually
bro.
all the same.
He's so blunt.
So maybe the ones you date are.
Maybe. It's not many options. That's another thing.
Oh, there are plenty of options. 51% of black men are single and childless. 64% are in the middle class. See what they're not.
But a lot of them are ugly.
Oh, no. First off, check that. Because you start that shit, I'm going to get real raw with you. I'm going to get real raw with you. Check that shit. Because I have not made any presumptions about what's in things. So I want you to insult me.
Hey,
real,
we appreciate it though. You holding us down.
Hey,
You ain't let no foolery. You ain't let no foolery go by.
Hey, that's real, bro.
That's real.
Hey, you gotta before, like they say, the old adage goes, you can't point the finger because it's always 3 fingers pointing back at you.
Cause look, that's in the scripture. We dropping knowledge today, man.
Another one.
That's in the scripture.
That's in the book of what? Is that what's that book is that in?
Deuteronomy.
I was just gonna say Deuteronomy too. Listen, bro.
Man,
Stop it, bro. You gotta look beyond our.
stop
our
making
looks.
all these accusations because like I said before, you manifesting that energy. You know what I mean?
Not even that, bro. You can't call someone ugly if you ain't a dime. You ain't a dime, sweetheart. Look at your hair.
Nah, you can't because you know what ugly is.
I know what it is, and I'm telling you, from it takes one to know one.
Exactly.
And I'm ugly. She ugly.
So that's why she know one.
But she's saying everybody else is
But
ugly.
yeah, but to say that a general
you know what?
statement
That's
like
not
that.
nice. Let me not say
No,
that.
but
you just ain't the top of the litter. You feel me? I ain't
No,
either, though.
but to say that all guys are ugly, come on now. Clearly
out
that
of
ain't true.
pocket.
That is not true because why she have a kid if that's the case? Come on now.
Or
You played yourself.
she did that, and it's just like this. You can't come and call people ugly, and you ain't.
And guess what? Now Kevin about to go in on you. Let's see what he got to say.
That's a lot of forehead, and I got a big one, so I can tell you about it.
You can't. I look a mess now, but I don't think I have to settle with a man that I don't find
Okay,
handsome.
let's do it. What would you rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? Just your.
And that's what I want to know right there. What you giving her? 1 to 10.
I'm giving her a solid. I give her a 4.
A 4.
Face alone, what you giving her?
I'm gonna give her this though. The eyebrows look like they done. You know what I'm saying? They look. It's kind of like I saying. This we can't see.
They don't
everything.
they don't look even though, bro.
We get nitpicky with it now. Her eyebrows.
It
look
is. That's just
relatively
blunt.
done.
That's just blunt right there. It's
The only thing that's out of pocket right now is her hair. You feel me? The lips are solid size. You feel me? That's
That's what I'll say, bro. Once you come to common sense. So if you turn over,
Then I gotta look at that?
Get it in. What you gonna right here, bro? Because you gotta realize after you bust
that
that nut.
4 is low.
No, bro. Listen.
That post nut clarity is a motherfucker.
That's what I'm
We
saying.
that's
then
another
you realize,
scripture.
because then you realize
That's another scripture.
what am I doing here? You feel me? Or man, I just got me a bad one. You feel me? Or is you need to leave. You know what I mean? So what you turning over and you looking at her? What you gonna give her, bro?
I ain't gonna cook her breakfast in the morning, but she could probably sleep a couple of hours after.
Nah, she gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta emergency. I gotta go help my friend. His car broke down. You feel me? That's what she is. That's what she is. That's
you
what
told me
she
to
is.
hit your line at
That's what
about
she
12
is.
a.m.
Yep, that's what she is.
She can stay for at least an hour. She ain't spending the night, but she not ugly. Like she is smooth at least 6. A 4 is low. That's low. Maybe 5 to 6.
I gotta give her a 4.
5 to 6 for me.
Well,
5.5. We're gonna keep it dead even.
Face, you cannot use 7.
A 10.
Hey!
Oh, poor baby. Now let's try this again.
So I'm
You
not
are
a
not
10.
the most beautiful woman in the world. Cosmopolitan ain't trying to get you to be on the cover. People ain't deemed you one of the
Keep
most
it
beautiful
real.
women in the world. So let's go
So
ahead.
what would you rate me?
I asked you, since you want to bring looks about men into it, I'm asking you, what would you rate yourself? And the first thing out of your mouth was a lie. A 10. You ain't nobody's 10.
What you say?
The first thing you came out of your mouth, you said you're a 10, and you're not a 10.
My face is not a 10. I don't have no makeup on, and my hair is not done, and this is all real hair.
I like that about her though.
Mhm.
The hair is
Confidence, the confidence.
So
All
I
right,
think I'm definitely a 10.
cool. I bet you do. So when was the last time you did any runway model?
I've never been involved in that.
Why not? 10s, that's what 10s do.
Not all 10s.
Oh yeah, not all 10s, but you know what? You live in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. See, when you're a 10, people discover you at the bank. At the bodega.
and that's what I was gonna talk about. That I'm finally starting to get why he's talking about geography. Places like when he asks you where you stand at. You stand in New York. You stand in California,
Atlanta,
Houston,
San Francisco,
Washington D.C. The places where it's just Queens all up in
and
there.
it's a lot of us out there too. So
But more than that,
yeah,
it's bad Jones everywhere.
it's bad.
So
ones,
you
it's
can't
bad
call
ones.
yourself a 10 if Rihanna lived next door to you. You feel
But then
me?
again, he be contradicting himself. When you live in a place like Atlanta, and you got a lot of us out there, our beautiful black queens. A lot of them are gonna be on the thicker side. You feel me? And that may not, that's not even like
I
a bad,
prefer that.
and it's not even a bad thing that you may be thick, because in his eyes, you feel me, you may be overweight, but in our eyes, you not. You know what I mean? And for most black men out there, some of my black queens out there, we talking about my queens specifically. You feel me? You are not overweight. You are just right the way that God has made you. You feel me? God has took his time on all the beautiful black queens out there.
Stop.
No. That's
right. But listen,
that's
cool.
facts.
But listen, though, this is what I'm gonna say.
What you gonna say, bro? What you got for the people, bro?
This is what I'm gonna say to the ladies.
Talk to
the thicker ones too. Keep eating that oatmeal. Keep eating that cornbread. Keep taking that extra biscuit off the motherfucking stove. Keep eating that extra slice of pizza.
No. Let's get in the gym if we doing all that eating, bro.
You tripping?
What you mean, bro? You act like you just eating gonna make you all of
some of them Jones. If you ask them Jones now, them Jones is thick. They ain't going to the gym, bro.
Yes, they are,
they
bro.
Not going. And I'm gonna tell you this too.
They not going to the gym.
I don't think they going to the gym as routinely as them.
They getting it in at least 3 times a week. At least 3 times a week, bro.
No, they not, bro. You think these Jones going to the gym 3 times a week?
At least 3 times, bro. You'd be surprised.
You tripping, bro.
You would be surprised.
You tripping.
So why can't women work out?
What are you talking about?
You just said they're not in the gym.
I said I don't think they're going to the gym 3 times every week.
Yeah,
majority of
that.
Women, listen. You saying majority of women go to the gym? 3
Okay,
times
they may not even go to the gym.
Let me ask you this.
They're doing a workout. Go ahead.
Can I ask you this? Who do you think is just average? Who do you think works out more, men or women? Like more men or more women? If you just had to generalize it, if you take all the men in the world and all the women in the world, who do you think works out more, men or women?
I don't know, bro. It may be equal, or if there is difference, it may be.
If you had to pick one,
it may be very, very small, bro.
Who would you pick? F that. How many? Do you work out?
Yes.
How many times a week you work out? And don't lie.
I work out at least
every week.
At least 5 days a week. No. Stop the video, bro. Stop the video. You're sitting here and telling me you don't see me active at least 5 days a week.
Active? And me walking to the store is
No. I'm talking about in the gym or I'm hooping.
5 days a week?
That's Monday through Friday at least.
I don't know, bro. Monday through Friday, that's a lot.
So what are you doing? Tell me, since I'm not doing. No.
I'm not working out. Period.
so why are you lying on me? No, I'm not lying. No, yes you are.
Listen, let's just get to
what are you talking about, bro? Because I know I'll be getting it in, bro. I don't know about you, but I'll be getting it in. Now you're gonna try to lie on my name. Come on now. Now you doing too much, bro. You is doing too much. Come on now, bro. I'll be getting it in. I can't speak for him. You getting out of line. Come on now. You getting out of line.
I can't even speak right now, bro.
You getting out of line, bro.
Let's just get back. Hey, listen. You gotta just edit it. Let's just go to the.
Let's get back to Kevin, bro.
I was younger. My father.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna keep on moving. You're not a 10. You're living in, and a lot of you ladies just say this shit because
I'm not
like, you're not. You're not a 10.
What would you rate me as? My face.
I'm not gonna. No. You're not a 10 because you're rating yourself up there with Rihanna and Halle Berry when she was young. That's where you're rating yourself. Up there with Diane Carroll. That's where you're rating yourself.
What you mean?
Charlize Theron. With Halle Berry in the 90s. Charlize Theron, Diane Carroll. You're ranking yourself up there with the Rihannas of the world. That's where you're ranking yourself.
You seen Rihanna without no makeup, right?
I see you. See, this is part of the issue. The part of the issue is women like yourself have all this attitude, thinking that you're way up here to where you're going to judge me and saying men are this or that.
Can I ask you a question? I got 2 questions for you too. 2 questions for you. The first one. Do you like your Joan with a little bit of spice to her, with a little bit of attitude, or you want her just to be rollover type shit?
Not roll over, but there is an equal balance. Before, you just say, "Nah, I want a toxic female. I want a little bit of drama." Bruh, you do not want no type of drama.
This is what I'm have to refute you, bro.
You don't. I'm telling you. Okay, you saying that now, but I promise you,
bro. You know me. You seen what you feel me.
Yes.
You've heard.
Yes.
Bro.
Yes.
And what I'm telling you is, you telling me you don't want, and this is just, you feel me. You want your relationship to be happy go lucky the whole way through. You don't want not a certain level of toxicity in it. I think women want that. Bro.
No, I don't want that. And if any man, no, listen,
I'm telling you,
don't even play it. Cause listen,
I'm not playing it. I'm not playing
listen,
it. I just put my chest.
there's no man out there that truly okay. Yeah, there'll be there'll be a lot of young cats out there that'll be like, yeah, I want to talk. I want a little. I want a little spice. I want a girl with some attitude. Blah blah blah. You feel me? You can still have a good, loving, happy relationship without having all that drama. You feel
I'm not
me?
saying drama.
So what do you?
I'm saying you feel me? Y'all might argue a little bit about.
Why do I want to argue?
You boring, bro.
So you want to argue?
I'm not saying I want to argue. All I'm saying is that
you just said that.
First off, let me help you out, Kim.
You contradicting yourself. You just said that you wanted to argue.
No, I didn't, bro. What I'm saying is
okay. I'm gonna rewind the tape.
Rewind the tape.
Go ahead.
Okay, but now what I'm saying is this though. You want a certain level of toxicity in there. If you have no level of toxicity in there, it's gonna be boring, bro.
It's not gonna be boring. So what I mean by is you can mess with the person. You feel me? Like you could do like little stuff like going in there, blah blah blah.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
No. Oh, is that what you're talking about? You're talking about actually being toxic.
Oh well, if not toxic to the point where it's detrimental to the relationship.
Like she said, y'all supposed to go eat, right? And the fellas be like, yeah, I'm trying to go hoop right now. We got a gym that just opened up, and then she tell you if you go and hoop.
No punani tonight.
No punani, or I'm not gonna be with you.
You gonna want that?
I'm not gonna be with you.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Or if she say no punani,
or she say you not coming over the house, or you not no punani. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I'ma still go.
So being toxic would say, okay, I guess I ain't getting no pussy then.
Hello.
You feel me? And then be all right, bye bye. You feel me?
You know what that shows though? She care about you, brother. She want to spend time with you, brother. Why would you go hoop if y'all set a time this time for each other?
That's not the point, bro. I'm just
That is the point. The point is quality time, brother.
I'm talking about you being toxic, bro.
I'm not saying I don't toxic. Listen, bro, you misunderstand what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying when I say a certain level this is what I'm saying. Certain level of toxicity. I'm not saying I want a high level of argumentation, things along that.
So what level of toxicity do you want?
Low.
One out of 10, what you want, bro?
3. You think I want to argue for all
no, I could live with 3, but I'd rather not have any trace of toxic if I don't have to.
You tripping,
bro?
You know
you don't. Yes, I have said that, but you don't.
And it don't work like that,
bro. You don't want it,
bro.
No, and you know why? You don't want it.
What you talking about?
You don't want that.
Why,
bro? You don't want it.
Well, why? Tell people why.
You don't want it.
Bro, we here.
Hey, I'm gonna just let y'all know. He's saying he like the toxic, but he does not want it. So,
that's not my point. This is what my point was,
Please
though.
Stop.
I'm saying I don't want toxic. Listen, more so than the toxicity, I don't really care about that. I want the spice, bro.
Yes, spice is different from toxic.
If that's the case, then that's what I mean.
So spice is if you get your food, if the waiter bring out your food and it's wrong, and her food is okay, and she sees that your food is wrong, you be like, nah, it's okay, babe, like it's cool. She called away and nah, my babe's food is not right. You need to get it right.
You know what
That's type of spice you talking about, right?
Yeah. I like a little spice I just like a little spice in general. Like a lot of people gonna say they don't want that, but they lying to themselves. And I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000 with you. You feel me? Niggas want that. And I'm just being they not chasing the boring John. Why you think what's his name? I don't know, whoever, the older dudes is messing with the young Jones.
Because they got money and they can get them. What you mean?
They messing with it because there's a certain level of youth, spice in them. They're not gonna be a rollover. You feel me?
That's old heads with some money. Not old heads is just your typical old head, unless he just got crazy.
Listen, my man Boosie said it best. He ain't trying to mess with no cougars. He trying to mess with them young Jones. Cause you know why? Spice, adventurous, youth. They got all of that thing. They're not gonna. You feel me? I know what I'm talking about.
51% of black men are single and childless. 64% in the middle class. It is harder for a black man to find a woman that's working with no children than it is for a black woman to find a black man that's working with no kids. Most of you come with somebody's kid attached to you. And then you got the nerve to walk around when you're unfit, overweight, out of shape, and looking average, cute, or whatever, thinking you're way up here judging men who have more to offer than you do. and have the nerve talk about you're picky.
But shouldn't I
well,
be attracted to him? Even if you don't feel like I'm a 10, shouldn't I be attracted to my man physically? Why
no.
can't I be attracted to him? Why is something wrong?
Well,
with
here's the
him?
thing. You keep asking me. Here's the thing. This is why you ladies got it confused. That's why y'all end up dying alone. Because you've been told you could have it all. You cannot have it all.
Bro, that doesn't make any sense, bro. He
Okay.
kind of going left on that one.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear.
I don't know, Kevin. So you're telling me that statement right there? The woman is supposed to be attractive, but
The woman can't find the man attractive.
That doesn't make
We ain't
any
even gotta
sense.
talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Men are supposed to be the providers, protectors, prophet, priests. That's what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to be the cute one of the group. You are. You're supposed to be the feminine, beautiful. Your sexual marketplace value. You could make $300,000 a year.
About my education. That's why I brought it up.
No. I mean, no, and that's cool. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't increase your overall appeal to the man. You could.
That's a lie.
No. Listen like this. So someone's saying, "Oh yeah, I got my master, I got my PhD in this, blah blah blah." I'm like, all right, okay.
That is appealing.
Listen. But if
Don't piss me off.
no, but listen, if the person is able to actually use that degree to bring some value to herself and to be able to actually do something with her life, have a good career, have a set foundation, have good money coming in, you feel me, building up towards something, then that's where the value brings in. I could talk to somebody. Listen, bro, I could talk to somebody that'd be like, yeah, I got a bachelor's degree in psychology. Okay, what are you doing with that degree?
I understand that, bro, but you can't totally disregard
What is that? What attraction does that bring, though?
that she's listen, there's several traits that you've developed during school, bro.
Okay,
Determination, motivation, what you call it? There's some, hold on, bro. Clip it. You gonna clip it?
No.
Hold on, let me think of it.
Okay, let's do it like this.
No, hold on.
Look, listen. Let me bring up an equal. Who do you think looks equally like?
No, let me say what I'm saying. But you can't. Listen to what I'm saying. This determination, motivation to succeed, people skills because you developed that in school, being able to speak in public speaking, hard work. You develop a lot of good traits in school, so that it's appealing. What I'm saying is this: it is more appealing to me if I'm messing with a female if she has a master's or a bachelor's than a girl that just has a GED. She can even have an AA. But if
what I'm saying,
you know what I'm saying, it's more appealing. Period.
But what I'm saying is let's put it like this. So you have Carucci, and you have
a scientist.
You got Carucci. Who's a good comparison with Carucci?
You talking about if you gonna compare that?
No,
we don't know where Carucci is.
No. Listen.
Put it this way.
Listen to the
Sweetie got her PhD.
Okay, Sweetie and Carucci.
I'm going with Sweetie.
No, listen. All right, let's do Sweetie or Rihanna, right?
I'm going Rihanna.
Okay, listen. You have Sweetie
but
that
that's
has
no.
Listen,
that's
you have Sweetie that has a PhD, right? You have Rihanna that doesn't. Who are you going with?
Can I?
Just answer the question.
I have to answer
the question first. Answer the question. Answer the question first. Answer the question first.
But that's because of how
there is no anything you say after but does not matter. So go ahead.
I'm saying Rihanna, but it's not because
doesn't matter.
of education.
You said but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Listen,
it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't matter.
My reasoning for
It doesn't
choosing
matter.
Rihanna does not
Because you
matter.
just proved this point. The PhD doesn't mean anything. That's what I just said.
Bro, you know
and you
why it
disagree
does?
with me, but yet you disagree with me with your answer.
No, it did not. No, I did not. No,
I
did
said
not.
the PhD doesn't matter. You said it does.
I said it does
I just
matter.
did an example with Sweetie and Rihanna. You pick Rihanna that doesn't have a PhD, even though Sweetie does. So you just proved my point and
I
his
said
point.
it's more appealing. I didn't say it's the end all be all for one. For two, I'm not picking either of the two based off on their education. I'm picking them off of looks alone.
Exactly.
'Cause
So
they're
that PhD doesn't mean anything. There's so
Yes,
many
but
beautiful girls
listen.
in the world. So why would you choose a girl just off her saying
I'm not.
that shit?
You're
Go
not
ahead.
listening. When he says more appealing, this is what he's saying. If you have Sweetie and Rihanna, both without PhDs, both without anything, we're just going off of looks. I'm still gonna choose Rihanna. If let's say if it was
Okay.
Sweetie and someone who was relatively the same way,
Gucci, is that or who's relatively
and that's
similar?
another thing that we can't choose. We can't choose people who are already celebrities because they already are well off. A PhD in anything you get educational wise is
We're
supposed to make you better people and put you in a
We're
better
just talking
class.
about looks. We're forgetting about them being celebrity. We're just doing people that people know. We're just talking about people that.
But
people
what is
know.
a PhD? But this is the thing. What is a PhD supposed to do to you economically and socially? Your social status, what class, everything. What is it supposed to do to you?
It's
In
supposed-
regular, it's
supposed to make you higher at a higher level.
and what is and more
But-
finances too? Correct.
But that only means if you're able to actually do something with
I
your
understand
degree.
that, Jordan. Of course. What I'm saying to you is it's supposed to do what basically boost you economically, socially, in a class, everything, right?
Keyword
Financially.
that you said, supposed to. It
And I
does not
understand
always
that. I
happen.
understand that. But what I'm saying to you is if I got a fine Joan that does not have a PhD and I got another fine Joan that does have a PhD, I'm choosing the fine Joan with the PhD.
Okay, but what if
What would you choose?
Okay, but what if the work ethic of the person without the PhD is just as good with the person with the PhD and
If the work ethic is equivalent, is equal, I'm still choosing the girl with the PhD. She's gonna get more opportunities with the PhD. You're making no sense right now.
Okay,
It's more
okay.
appealing, is all he's saying. It's not the end all be all. Because if the girl is
But
if
it
one
is-
is
but
so
it
much
isn't-
better
but-
than the other one and they're both on the same financial status, or if not, one is the one without the PhD is better, then of course you're gonna choose the one without the PhD.
But it isn't the solid decision maker on if you're going to choose that person.
I agree. And he
Okay.
says it's more appealing. He's not
Okay,
saying it's the
okay.
end all be.
Okay. So
You over here tripping, bruh.
It's all the
You're just
same
trying to
when
argue.
it comes to men initially. And we talk about, you come in here saying something about, I tried to settle for this, and the men are ugly. I'm like, well, how old are you? 32?
33.
33. How'd you get to be so bitter?
I'm bitter. Why you say that?
hey.
You sound like you don't. Well, how do you think you're speaking about men?
Well, all I said is that I want to be physically attracted to him, and you bramble down my.
No. You said
You not
no.
know
You said
you
that there are not a
that.
lot of men out here. Don't. You said that there are not a lot of men out here. That's what you said.
They
So
not.
how? Okay. So how is that speaking about men? Is that a positive or a negative?
It's not negative. That is
Yeah.
not a lot
Okay.
of
Hold on. Use your masters. Let's do some logic. There are not a lot of men out here, which means that there's a deficit, meaning that there's not enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a positive thing or a negative thing?
That's a negative thing.
And you're speaking about men in a negative way, as
But
if they're
there's
not.
not a lot of options.
No, there are plenty of options. The thing is, you just might not qualify for it.
Ooh. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep.
You live in. You talk about New York City. I lived in New York City. I'm possibly moving back there. And New York City has a tremendous amount of eligible men, but because you can't get one doesn't mean they don't exist.
You mean that I don't want to settle for one?
No. The men that you seem to look around and see in your eyesight seem to be beneath your expectations. But you cannot tell me that that's all that's in New York City, because I know for a fact, I was just there last month, there are plenty of well-to-do, attractive, successful men in New York. But are they trying to date you?
I don't don't see them. I don't be around
What
them.
borough do you live in?
Well, I'm working. That's another thing. I don't meet men like that.
What borough do you work in?
I work in Manhattan, but Harlem.
So,
I ain't been
in the largest city in the United States,
Oh,
before
You ask
Corona,
them all the
listen,
time, like, why you don't
be
work in
listen,
the
no,
hospital?
don't
Why
let,
you
no,
don't
no,
somebody
no,
where you work at?
no. Before coronavirus, New York freaking city, the largest city in the United States, and you're gonna tell me that there are no successful, attractive, available, eligible men in New York City? You are out of your
Most
mind.
of them are with somebody already. They want you to be like the second girl, like the side chick.
Listen,
like they call it now.
folks, listen.
Or
Pay
they're
close
gay.
attention. See, here's the waiting to exhale bullshit. Now we're gonna get to subjective truth and my truth. Again, just like last night, I can't because I can't find them because I don't qualify for them. They're either gay, down low, or in jail. Instead of saying that, you know what, these guys exist. They just ain't trying to check for a 32-year-old mother of a 13-year-old who's a 6 maybe.
Sheesh.
I'm
close
not
to
serious.
5'6".
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue with you. It's not the point.
I'm not gonna take offense to it. I think this is.
Well, you can't really take offense to it, man, because here's the reality. Here's the thing. You live in a city where some of the most successful men on the planet are. Men who are making millions of dollars a year. And if you're saying that they don't exist, that's just simply not true. Hold
The
on.
men
Hold
there
on.
that
They're
exist.
just not approaching you. They're not approaching you. Because see, you're the same kind of woman that will turn around and say, well, yeah, but when you do find them, they're with a white woman. Or if they be a white woman, why ain't they with you?
I've never said that they're with a white woman. Usually the men I meet are usually like already involved with somebody, or they're like bisexual on the low or something like that.
So you would so just son that way? Cause see, again, you're basically trying to make it the problem is the men. Again, audience, listen. Every time she talks about men, it's never about her. It's, well, he's involved, or if he's not involved, they're bisexual. They're trying to make it seem like the world is just full of just
I'm gonna
gay.
say this though. She shouldn't have mentioned that. That looks bad on her. Like to say that
Honestly,
only bisexual men. Not
honestly,
only, but like
she's making excuses for herself. You feel me? Like
She's not
because
holding herself down.
she can't get a man, she has all these excuses. Well, there are no men out there. You feel me? Living in, like he said, one of the biggest cities in the U.S. I didn't even know that. You feel me?
I didn't either. I
But
would
to
say so.
live in the biggest city in the U.S. or in New York, you feel me? There are a lot of successful men out there. Just like in
Hello.
California, there's a lot of successful people.
Hello.
With that being said, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to find someone. And like he said before, maybe you just don't qualify.
Oh man.
You just got to bring it to the table. You got to become a high value prospect to get picked up. In other words, if you're not high value, you're not going to get picked up. You're going to just sit on the free agency. You feel me?
Yeah, this is a little too harsh for me.
That we keeping it real, bro. And not to say.
And
Not
you
to-
know why we can't talk like that.
No. But look. Not to say that she's. Not to say that
I
she's
can't.
ugly and that she can't find someone because there is
Because
someone. out
you coming out of pocket with it.
there.
right?
That's not out of pocket. How is that out of pocket?
The way y'all just the verbiage y'all talking.
Even
about
if
these
you want to
women,
say it's out of
bruh.
pocket, go ahead, bro. Whatever you want to say. I could be out of pocket. I'm just being straightforward, bro. With what he's saying, she's making excuses right now. That's all it is. That's literally all she's been saying, and she's been talking straight negative about men. You feel me?
Nah, I mean,
Because you got to put in mind, if we talk this way about women, they'd be like, nah, you tripping, blah blah blah. We would have all this backlash. But now when she want to talk about men, it's all of a sudden, oh no, y'all got to back up because y'all being mean, y'all being too straightforward with her. What?
she says she's not tripping, but she not tripping.
She not tripping now for the camera, but later
What
on,
I'm saying to you is it's a little harsh, bro.
it's not harsh. It's straightforward. You call it harsh, I call it straightforward. Why? I'd rather be straightforward with you, straight to your face,
You
than
know
a
why?
lie.
You wouldn't say that to a female.
One straight. Say what?
You not a 10.
Why? What not?
You wouldn't do that. I would pay to see that too.
Say you're not a 10?
Yeah.
All right.
I'd pay to
All
see
right. Since he said that, he go, no, you ain't gotta pay me. We're gonna go out. When we go out next week,
just
we're gonna
talking.
record,
that.
and y'all gonna see me talk.
You
feel
gonna
me?
talk about, you gonna say, John gonna be here, and you gonna say, you not a twin. You not a 10.
We
You
gonna
got
go,
kids.
we're gonna go up to females and rate them.
You not gonna be blunt with him like this. You not.
why would I not just say you're not a 10? If I say you're 8 or 7, that's saying you're not a 10.
Alright, I'm talking about you go to an ugly joint and say you ugly. That's what he's doing.
No, he's not. She put a stereotype and she generalized man, so he said, okay, you're a 6. Since you want to generalize man and say all these people are ugly.
What I'm saying to you is this. You're not going to call it ugly Joan a 5, a 4, or a 6. You're not going to do that. You're not going to go to a random female and say you were 4, 5, and 6.
Why not?
Do it.
Why? Why do I need to, though?
Why are you backtracking? Why are you
I'm not.
You
I'm not
Courage.
I'm not.
You sound like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I'm not backtracking.
Then do it. I'm
Okay.
saying I know I wouldn't do that. I
Okay.
know I wouldn't.
Okay.
So you would do it?
Yep.
He's like,
I'll do it.
He's
I'll do
a
it.
liar.
What do you mean?
He
Like
is
the
a
no
liar.
heterosexual, attractive, available, high value, or productive, competitive, successful men. You're out of your mind. They exist. They exist.
Yeah, I know they exist.
And then why aren't if they exist? Then why aren't they checking for you?
Well, when do they see me?
They see you when you leave your house.
Not over here.
Give him some snaps, brother. Give him some snaps, brother.
Hey, bro, come on, end this out, bro. End this out.
Hey, I don't know, bro, what to say. Like, listen, bro. At the end of the day, another video was done. That being said, leave your likes, your comments. You feel me? Definitely subscribe to the channel.
Share as well. And
Hello.
look, if you want to get on the channel or live and talk with us about different relationship advice, different advice over how to seek out the proper person, you feel me? DM us, let us know, tap in with us, and we will make it happen. You feel me?
I ain't Dr. Phil.
We got great knowledge to drop. We got some.
I ain't Dr. Phil, so this ain't free.
Come on, bro. All right, hey, if you want to put a price on it, put a
No,
price
we're
on it.
not gonna put a price on it, but I don't want to talk to them about their relationship, bro.
No, they can come to us with anything. You feel me?
Hey, if you a bad John and you feel me, and you need a shoulder to cry on, you feel me? This shoulder is
Hop
nice
on
and
the
sturdy.
hey, DM us. We'll tap in with you. We'll get
Hello.
back to you. We'll make it happen. You feel me? This completes another video. Oh, before we finish it out, man, leave in the comments below who else you want us to do a reaction video over, and we will make it happen.
There we go.
All right, y'all. This completes another video by your boy George and Roddy Bone. We catch y'all later.